Excellent. Welcome back. This is MLM for CEOs, and in this series, we're talking about bootstrapping your business. We've obviously discussing the fact that you have more time than money, and that what you're trying to do is you're trying to build an MLM business, use MLM as a route to market or direct selling as a route to market with no fundamental cash in your pocket on the day you start. So this entire series has been geared to helping you start an MLM business and to run the MLM business successfully and to grow it into a multi-million-dollar business over time. We have dealt with products and compensation plan, how to raise capital, doing recognitions, incentives, and the social side of your business. And in this section, I want to talk about training. This honestly, every one of these is critical. And I keep on saying the same thing, I know. This one is super critical. I can't even tell you how critical it is, because if you don't have trained people, how are they ever going to get out there and do the business? So training is a key part of your strategy. When somebody joins your business, what they do is they pay you. They pay you for a starter kit, or they give you some money to get going. They say, here's $100, please sign me up in your business, and I'm going to give you $9 a month to be part of your operation. So these people are paying you to be in the business. Now, the first thing that you need to do is you need to teach them why the product is epic. So there's an entire training strategy that you need to put together around the product. Now, the amazing thing about putting a training course together is it costs nothing. You sit down, you understand your product, and you do the training. Now, this training segment, this training strategy should be implemented before you spend $1 on a product or the compensation plan or an IT system or anything. You spend no money, zero money at this point. You can put your entire training strategy together. You can teach people how the products work. You can teach people how the compensation plan works. You can teach people how they will get recognized. You can teach people how to do their incentives. You can teach people how to be perfectly committed socially to the network. All of this training can be done before you spend one dime on your business. So remember, we're bootstrapping our business. We've got time, we don't have money. So take the time. Remember, you're working 16 hours a day because you're just focused on getting this business out the ground. Develop a training strategy that is going to teach the person to understand your product, to understand how amazing the product is, to understand what the ingredients of the product is, to understand why this product is going to change people's lives, to understand how to sell the product and how to market the product and how to talk to people about the product and how to present the product. Create a training strategy that's going to be doing all of that for your product, so that by the time you finish training the person on the product, they are so convinced that that product is the best in the world that even if they stop being part of your business, they will continue to be customers of yours forever and a day. So the training side of your product approach should be unequaled. It's a key part of how you develop your business and how you make people buy into the overall ethos of your company. The second training course you need to have is a training course on the compensation plan. Once a person is in your business, you need to get them up to speed on your compensation plan. Now, you don't have to train them on the entire compensation plan, because if you teach the person on the entire end-to-end compensation plan, you're going to confuse them. You might want to teach your top leadership, your founding members, how the compensation plan works. But a new networker who comes in, you want to teach them the fundamentals of the compensation plan, how they can generate cash quickly, and what is the first step they need to take to build their business. You don't want to teach them about becoming a Triple Crown Ambassador Deluxe top network marketer rank, because it's so far out of reach that they can't even relate to it. But they can understand that if they sell 5 products this month and sign up one person, that they can reach the next level. And so you can focus the person in the training of the compensation plan on the very next step they have to take to get to the very next rank, or to achieve the next incentive, or to achieve the next recognition, or to just take that next step into the business. Now, guys, it's crucial to understand that if a person does not make money in the first 6 weeks, if they don't experience success in the first 6 weeks of the business, they are gone. You lose them and you will never, ever get them back. So during this training, what you have to do is you have to teach them how to take the first step and to generate the first few dollars. And it doesn't have to be a lot. If a person generates a $10 profit, what you do is that you show them they did X, they generated $10, this works. Now they believe it works. Now they believe they can earn some money. Once they believe they can earn some money, the next step in the business is for them to go out and duplicate that effort over and over again. Because if they sold 5 items and earned $10, they can sell 10 items and earn $20, and so on and so forth. So a big part of the training is to teach the guys the next step on the compensation plan so that they understand how they can make quick money. And if they can make a quick couple of dollars out of the project, then you've got them up and running. And so that's what's really important. Next, you've got to teach people, and part of your training needs to be how they can gain recognition. Because if I don't understand how I can get recognized, then I'm never going to do that because I don't understand it. I don't know what I need to do. But the second I understand that if I sign up 2 people, I'm going to be recognized as a pace setter, then I understand what I need to do. So in 1 month, I sign up 2 people, I get my pace setter recognition. Then how do I get recognized? That needs to be part of the training. Well, we're going to put your name onto our Facebook page. We're going to put you as this month's pace setter in our pace setter page. We're going to announce to the entire team via our newsletter at the end of this month that you're a pace setter, etc. So I can outline all of the praise that you're going to get, all of the recognition you're going to get as part of the training, so that when you go out there, you understand that by signing up 2 people, I'm going to become a pace setter, and this is the recognition I've got. Now, I was at an Amway meeting many years ago, and there were 12,000 people in the room, and they were going through the who's a pace setter, 2 people, please come walk across the stage. Everybody sat there and gave them a round of applause. Then double pace setter, who has recruited 4 people in a calendar month, and a bunch of people stood up and they walked across the stage and everybody clapped. And they then said, okay, anybody who's recruited 6 people in a calendar month, you are a triple pace setter, please come down. I want everybody else in the audience, 12,000 people, to stand up, and I want you to give these people a standing ovation. As these people walked across the stage, 12,000 people stood up and applauded for the entire duration that it took the people to walk down the aisles from all over the room, to walk across the stage and to go back to their seats. Now, just imagine the impact that that had on those people that walked across the stage. But what's much more important, imagine everybody else sitting in the audience thinking, man, next time we have this kind of recognition, I want to be walking across that stage. Because that's what happens. Everybody's sitting there saying, okay, I sign up 6 people in a month, I get to walk up across the stage, I get a standing ovation. Who in their life has received a standing ovation? Most people have never received a standing ovation in their lives. So do you see, that costs the company nothing. You don't even need to track it because the company didn't police this thing. They said, who's done 6 people in a month? Everybody put their hand on, they accepted it was the truth, walk across the stage. But what was important is that those people who walked across the stage understood that in order to get that recognition, they had to sign up 6 people. And they understood that if they did that, they would be walking across the stage. They understood that if they did that, they were getting a huge standing ovation. And that all came from a training strategy that was put in place around recognition. So when you're training the person, you've got to give them comprehensive product training, comprehensive comp plan training, comprehensive training around recognition, and then, of course, the incentives. If you're running an incentive, you need to explain to people what they need to do and how the incentive works. Now, incentives are a massive topic, and again, I said to you in the last session that you must please look at some of our videos related to incentives. But the bottom line is, part of your training strategy, you need to have those incentives in play. Remember, you haven't spent any money at this point whatsoever. Okay, you're putting your training courses together before you've spent a dime. This is something you're doing with the sweat of your brow in your own time. You might even be working for a boss at the moment, and you might be doing this in the evening. So you're putting sort of another 8 hours a day in the evenings into this, putting a training course together. But that training course needs to 100% focus on how incentives work, and how those incentives are going to be playing out, and what you get if you achieve certain milestones. And so all of that stuff needs to be put into your training. And lastly, you need to teach people how, not lastly, second last, you need to teach people how they should react to their people. What is the importance of the social interaction? How important is the person they've recruited? How must they react to those people? Now, one of the things that we did in our system to try and help maintain that hierarchy is we've got a rating system. So let's say I recruit you. After 6 weeks, you're going to get an email and say, please rate your upline. Did he contact you? Did he train you? Did he take you out into the field? Did he, whatever. And you can rate me out of 5. And I might get really terrible ratings because I didn't help you. I didn't help you grow your business. I didn't help you in the field. I didn't do any of those things. And by getting a low rating, I might be sanctioned in some way. I might have to do a retraining course to teach me how I'm supposed to be dealing with my people. But the issue is that part of that training is for people to understand what the consequences are of not dealing with their people properly and compassionately and empathetically and helping them to succeed. All part of that training goes in. And again, remember, we're bootstrapping the business. So this is all done before you've spent a brass dime. You want to have this in place so that when you finally get people to come on board and you want to raise capital, that all of this is in place. So when you go to them, you can convince them that you've actually done all of the hard yards. An example of this is if you go to something like, what is these crowdfunding sites. If you go to one of these crowdfunding sites and you check out the crowdfunding sites, you'll see that they've already produced a working prototype, or they've already done a whole lot of steps towards having this final product in play. And you're in the same situation. What you want to do is during your training, you want to show the people how you've put all of these things in place so that you've got a business that is ready to rock and roll. So training is important. It costs you nothing to put together. It's just the sweat of your brow and the time you put into it. You will do this before you start raising capital. And something that I haven't mentioned anywhere in this whole section is that you must not go out. Obviously, you want to test your concepts. You don't want to go out there and do all of this work and then nobody's interested. So you need to go and test the product on people and see if it's gaining acceptance at the price point you've got it. You want to test your compensation plan on people to see if it gains acceptance. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to go there wholesale trying to recruit people before you're ready to do it. You must wait until the system and the business and everything is in place and you're ready to roll before you actually launch your business. So going back to this, training is a critical part of your business, training your people to be successful, training the people how to run your business, and training the people of how your business works is all a critical, crucial part of bootstrapping your business. And as I said earlier, it doesn't cost you anything. You can do this in your own time, after hours, whenever you've got a moment to spare. Okay, that's it for training. If you're liking this information, again, please just hit that like button, follow us on Facebook, on Spotify, subscribe to our channel. Again, the more people that we have on the channel, the better. So really, guys, please just join us in this journey and we'll keep on pushing this information to you.